Hey, I want to welcome you guys to Habitat for Humanity's Cinco de Mayo virtual event this year. If you don't know who I am, that's okay. My name is Sam Gibson, and I'm the campus pastor here at New Spring Church here at the Florence campus. And I'm so honored that you guys are spending some of your time here with us, and want to thank you for your support to Habitat for Humanity. The reason they've got me doing this is because, number one, New Spring Church has been a big supporter of Habitat Humanity for many years. But the second reason is also I'm the new guy on the board, so I kind of got stuck here talking to you guys about why I believe in the mission and vision of Habitat for Humanity. So very briefly, I know you believe in it because you support it as well, but just to remind us all of the why. Because I don't believe that you give money because you want to be featured as an event and a sponsor, but because you believe in the mission and the vision of what Habitat for Humanity is actually accomplishing here in the Florence area. So there's three reasons over the past few years that we've gotten more and more involved with Habitat for Humanity. The first one is simply this: the growing need. Here at New Spring Church, if you don't know where we're located, we're near the I-95-52 corridor where there's lots of hotels up here, and often we have people walk in, they're looking for clothes, they're looking for food, and we want to help. But as you start digging in, you realize they need food and clothing, but the real need is they need affordable housing. They're paying $1,000 to $1,200 a month to live in a very, very poorly conditioned hotel room. Their credit score isn't good enough to get last month's rent or get a loan or anything like that, and so they're just kind of stuck. And although they need food, the real need that they have is affordable housing. And we have a major lack of affordable housing here in the Florence area. That's where Habitat for Humanity makes a big difference. If you can actually go into statistics here, that one of the keynote markers in society is if there is affordable housing available, it makes a massive difference for families. That the reality is they're in a deep hole, and what we continually do with our charitable giving in lots of other ways, I don't mean this to disparage anyone, but we simply just throw a sandwich to someone down in the deep hole rather than offer them a hand up to get out of the hole. We have to stop putting band-aids on bullet wounds and actually start treating the real problem in our area, which is simply people need access to affordable housing, and your partnership with Habitat makes that possible. This need is huge. So that's the first one, is just the massive need for it. The second reason is the opportunity. What I love about Habitat for Humanity, if you know the program, we don't just give away a free house. There's actually sweat equity involved in it. You actually have a small mortgage fee that you pay that helps go on to pay other things. And what you don't understand is this helps restore, it's an opportunity to restore dignity to people who've had it taken from them. People waiting in a long soup kitchen line is not very dignifying. Asking people for money, applying for government food stamps, it's not very honorable. And what Habitat for Humanity does, the way the program is structured, the reason why they have such a low default rate is because you put sweat equity into your home, but you also put real equity in your home, and it really restores honor. These people aren't just given keys to a house. They help lay the floor of that house. They help build the bedroom. They help put the toilet in place. And it's something they can be proud of. They can take their kids into, that they got to play a massive part in it. And I'm telling you, I've yet to see something that restores honor and dignity to a family who might have had it taken with them for whatever reason. I'm not trying to be political here, but whatever reason that got them where they were, Habitat has an incredible opportunity to restore honor and dignity to that family. They can take pride in the place that they helped build with your support. Then the third and the final reason, that you've got the need, you've got the opportunity to restore impact, but really the third thing, beyond a shadow of a doubt, is the generational impact that your giving creates. There's not a single one of these houses that doesn't impact the next generation in a massive way. That it's not just who gets to live into that house, move into that house tomorrow. It's their children's children. It's the fact the last house we built had a 6-year-old, and that 6-year-old is one day going to have its own kids. And if you really want to look into wealth building, you can really see this, is that owning your own home is an integral part of building wealth in life. And like I said, there's such a massive need, and people are playing from so far behind. And why I love being a part of Habitat for Humanity is that I know it's not just what we're doing to get someone in a house over the next few months, but 100 years from now, someone who has no idea, someone who will never even know, their life is going to look different because their grandmother applied for a Habitat home, and she got honor restored through her by helping build that process. And in that process, her children's life looks different. Thank you guys so much for supporting Habitat. Thank you for your partnership. It means the world to us, and it makes a difference in the lives of people, and a massive difference here in the Florence community. So my part is finished, and we're going to head over to King Hefe for the rest.
Hey everybody, Kyle Hardy here. We're at King Hefe in beautiful downtown Florence. and we're going to be showing you how to prepare the guacamole that's in your curated box from the Habitat for Humanity. First off, we'd like to thank you for being sponsors to such a worthy cause and invest in your community that you are already serving. So we'll go ahead and get started. It's really easy. We got it all spelled out for you. It's impossible to mess this up. So first you're going to take your ripened avocados that'll already be in the box. If you find them a little unripened, the only thing I know to do is wait. We encounter that problem all the time, right? So cut it in half. I like to pit it like that. And to get it off, you just pinch it, just like that, okay? You're gonna have 5 avocados in your curated box. This should feed a family. This should give you about 2 servings of guacamole, actually. To keep it fresh, if you don't use it all the first day, what we like to do is take a wet piece of paper towel and put it on top of the guacamole, directly on top of your guacamole, and then cover it in whatever type of airtight container you like. That typically works well for us over here. We don't have to have much leftovers, typically though. Now we'll have your dry ingredients and your wet ingredients already separated and set up where all you have to do is, we've actually cut some of the steps out on the process for you. But I'm gonna show you what all goes into it. Take your spoon, dig out your good flesh of the avocado. Delicious, it's high in all kind of good things, some good fatty acids you need, essential oils maybe, I don't know what all's in these things. They're good though. Good for you, superfoods, superfoods. While we're doing this, I'm gonna tell you, you better be excited for this margarita we got coming up too. It's not a King Jefe margarita, but I will highly endorse this margarita. Make sure when you do it too, sometimes those little parts of where the stem was connected likes to stay in that avocado. Make sure you pull those out because that will break a tooth in a heartbeat. And I don't think we have any dental sponsors for this year's Habitat. It's pretty traditional as far as guacamole goes. We might add a few things that you're not used to in your guacamole as far as some of these wet ingredients, but we find that it really adds to the flavor. There you go. So you got your guacamole, your avocados in there. I like to give them a good little chop before I start adding my other ingredients. It just helps to incorporate them more. And I'll tell you, if you really want to get interactive, get in there with your fingers, with your hands. You don't even have to use gloves since you're serving it to your family. But just get in there and get a good mash up. You can also use like a, if you have like a potato masher or something like that, that'll work well in this instance. And it depends on how rough of a chop you want on it. Pretty good there. And we'll smooth it out some after we add the rest of our ingredients as we incorporate them into the guacamole. All right, set that aside. Now, inside of your box, you will be receiving 2 containers. One will have dry ingredients, which consists of salt, cilantro, poblano, and red onion already cut. We saved you the steps on that. And in here, you'll have your wet ingredients, which is Valentina, one of our favorite hot sauces, olive oil, and it's also got some crema and lime juice in there. So again, we just did that to help y'all out. Efficiency. Now, your poblano, which is a mild pepper, don't worry about a lot of heat from that. We'll take the insides of that out. We've already done that for you, like I said. Now, here's the dangerous part. This is why we don't want you to do this, because our insurance doesn't cover you losing life or limb in the process of making this guacamole. But what I like to do when I'm slicing is I'll cut my poblano into 4s, okay? And then when you're cutting, keep your fingers, this is a restaurant trick, keep your fingers tucked in. And if you're like that, you can never cut your fingers off, right? So you keep your fingers tucked in and you kind of rock the blade. Like that, bam. Then I'll turn it and give it a few more chops. And then again, we probably, you'll probably get pieces like that size in it. If you want it a little smaller, if you prefer it, hey, have at it. But I like a lot of texture in my guacamole. Now, the part we all hate, the red onion. I'm gonna kind of do a finer dice on these, score it across a few times, and then I give it a couple cuts, not all the way to the back, but 90% there. Turn it. Again, fingers tucked in so you ain't cutting them little digits off, and then you're rocking your blade. And that'll give you a good dice, okay? We're gonna incorporate that into our avocado mix already. And like I said, that'll already be done for you in the container. Then cilantro. I'm a big cilantro fan. I don't have the genetic predisposition of thinking it tastes like soap. Some people do. I can imagine living like that. No cilantro, it's like a seafood allergy. Go ahead and kill me now. I'll take the big stems out of it. Okay, I like to bunch it up really good, get it nice and tight with any herb I'm cooking. And as you're doing that, you're kind of pressing in and getting those good oils out, and it's gonna give you more flavor, right? And then fingers tucked in, rocking that blade. Bam, right in there. That's not trademarked by Emerald Lagasse, I can say it too. All right, and then you got your wet ingredients over here. Our Valentina hot sauce goes right in there. Our oil, lime juice, and then crema, which is just fancy cream. And then our salt at the end. Looks really good. I could eat it like that. And then we're gonna mix it again. I like to use the back of the spoon at this point to give it a good mash. Again, this is when you get it with them fingers though, man. Get your kids involved. Talk about your day at school. Talk about your impact to the community, how you've helped your community today, right? It's a good opportunity to tell them about what the Habitat for Humanity does and how your sponsorship is helping impact this community in a positive way. And this is definitely more rustic style. You know, a lot of people just like the avocado, salt, lime. We ain't about that. We about a little bit extra around here. I'm a little bit extra. Took my chips from me. All right, thank you, Joey. So here we go. This is your finished King Jefe guacamole. It takes very little effort, and like I said, we'll already have these containers prepared for you. All you're gonna have to do is cut the avocado, put it in your bowl, give it a rough mash, add your ingredients, finish mashing through, and then have your chips ready, baby. Oh God, that's so good. Thank you for your support. We love you so much. I'm gonna send it over to Robbie and Debbie, and they're gonna tell you how to make the best margarita that's King Jefe approved, not from King Jefe, to finish this guacamole off. Thank you for your support.
Hello again for the third time. I'm Robbie Timms, a president of our local Habitat for Humanity chapter here in Florence, and this is Debbie Edwards, our executive director. I want to give a special thanks to Sam Gibson, our board member, for his inspirational talk earlier, really showing us the true meaning of Habitat and what we can do in this community. And an extra special thanks to Kyle Hardy and the King Jefe team downtown. And also please support Tubbs Seafood on 2nd Loop. And they also own Sweet on Celebration. So please support those three businesses. Kyle and his team do an unbelievable job downtown. And also want to give thanks, while I'm thinking about it, to Rick Havercost and the folks at Mickey Finn's for donating all of the tequila and triple sec for this year's event. Debbie, you want to talk a little bit about Habitat and what we do?
Well, as Robbie said, first of all, I just want to say thank you to all of our sponsors. Without you, we couldn't make even be possible. You know, we're always having our downtown event every May, and with COVID, with restrictions, we're not able to house 3,000 people. So we're doing it today, but you're doing it in your home and you're safe. So we're just so thankful that you have helped us again this year. And we hopefully will be back next year in full force, and we look forward to having everyone to attend and engage with us. Robbie, all I can say from my heart is how grateful I am to Habitat, because I believe in their mission. I believe in it's a hand up, not a handout. And that's exactly what we do each and every day. Right now we've got 3 families in waiting for a home. And even though it's been a rough year, we've still been able to take applications because, you know, COVID may have stopped this event, but it didn't stop the need for homes in our community. So we just want to, I know I'm going on and on and on, but you know, without you, we couldn't do this. So we're going to put together a little margarita that Robbie's family is famous for. And you know, usually when you come downtown in our VIP area, you always get to enjoy that. So tonight, you'll be able to do it again. So I'm gonna turn it back over to Robbie.
Perfect. Thank you, Debbie. And Debbie's actually celebrating her 5-year anniversary of being executive director, so thank you for your service.
My pleasure.
And as Debbie mentioned, we've always had the event downtown. If you've been to the VIP section before, I have traditionally been slinging some margaritas for the last several years, and we do make a lot of them. But what I'm going to do today is actually show you how to make the margarita, so we'll get down to it. All right, there's only 5 ingredients. We do have, I recommend white tequila. This is just the brand that Mickey Finn. You can use any type of white tequila, but I really do like this one. And I am actually missing something very important. Excuse me.
Uh-oh.
I need to have
A shot
glass. Part. So what it is 1.5 parts white tequila. 1.5. Then it is 1 part triple sec.
Not had one yet.
Fine. We're having fun, just as much fun as Kyle had in his video. And then it is 1.25 parts OJ. I recommend using fresh, not from concentrate orange juice. Fresher the orange juice, the better. 1 and about 1/4, just a little bit extra orange juice. And then this is very, very, very important. It has to be Nellie and Joe's famous Key West lime juice. It cannot be regular lime juice. It has to be this. This is what folks make key lime pies with. It has to be this. So 1 part Nellie and Joe's Key West lime juice. And then the last ingredient is simple syrup. Simple syrup is simply just equal parts sugar and water. Boil it up, let it cool. A lot of people tell me that triple sec and simple syrup are the same thing. I highly disagree. Triple sec has a little bit of orange flavor to it. And that is it. And we have a little
delicious
shake on that. Shake it, not stirred. And Debbie, we will enjoy it. We'll get a little lime here. Rim our glass.
Want me to put the salt on it?
That'd be great. Thank you so much. Salt, slice. Got to salt that rim before you put the ice in, or it doesn't work. Now we will enjoy a fresh, homemade.
Now, Robbie, in your Fiesta bag, you will have all of this already prepared for you, so you don't have to cut your limes or anything. So, well, you might want to cut your limes.
We'll have the 5 ingredients already prepackaged for you in a jar, ready to go. But we just wanted to provide the recipe for you so you can make it at home and enjoy it. Cheers.
Cheers. Here's to another year and another home.
Thank you to all our sponsors. Very much appreciated.
That's
very
good.
And then lastly, if you could describe Habitat for Humanity in 1 word.
Godly. I chose that word because you have to have some kind of godly love in you to care about somebody else and to help them.
My name is Costella Braley. I am a single parent of 3 kids. I heard about Habitat through a church member. She told me to fill out an application because I recently did an application for USDA. And since I got denied twice by them, I'm like, why not? I take a chance.
Well, Habitat to me, I heard one of the recipients say, use the word caring over and over again. And to me, it is the epitome of an organization caring for her citizens or the people in the community. And that means everything to me because as I live and serve in this broader Florence community, I want to see everyone thrive. And Habitat for Humanity continues to do that day in and day out. And that's one thing that gives me pride in serving on this particular board.
It was mind-blowing. When Miss David asked me, what would you like to be the next family member? I'm like, yes, why not? Just like, well, congratulations. I start hollering and laughing at the same time. And then tears will start coming because it was excited to know that somebody else cared.
We firmly believe in a hand up versus a handout. And I've been witness to that time and time again. So we're doing great work and we do need your participation, your contributions. More than anything.
Pepsi Florence is a locally owned company. We love being part of the Florence community in this part of the PD. And we look for opportunities to give back locally. And Habitat for Humanity is a tremendous opportunity for us to just do that. Not only give to a great organization, but give specifically to a family in need and help out individuals.
We don't just build houses and give them to the recipients. They have to go through a rigorous application process. There's an interview, there's vetting, and they also have to volunteer in their own build as well as volunteering here in the restore. In fact, they have to have 300 service hours to even move to the next step. And they have to be able to afford a mortgage. So again, we want to help improve lives and move them to a not so good place to a better place in life.
The volunteer process includes 300 hours and it actually calls sweat equity hours. You have to have time in at the restore and at the build site.
Whether you're a skilled laborer or you don't have those skills at all, we have people on site who are willing to help you as well as here in this store. We just need for you to have a heart to serve.
Pepsi, in addition to financially supporting Habitat for Humanity, personally participated through volunteers in helping build a house this past year. We worked with the family, did multiple days on the build, the foundation, digging through the mud.
I throw dirt for the foundation.
Helped with the wiring.
I actually drilled the headers for the house.
Put windows and doors in the house.
Dig trenches for where they did the concrete and lay pipes.
Basically just worked alongside the family.
I just want to thank them for caring because if they wouldn't, then I probably wouldn't know what I would do next.